So, dude, I read this. This is probably our most talked about topic in the podcast. Can you guess what it is?
No, not really.
Zombie apocalypse. So this is what I read. This came up on my Instagram, and I saved it because I was like,
wait. What happened? You can't just...
I'm going to talk to you about it.
You can't go in like that. You got to, like, warm up to it.
No,
I'm
going in hot. We got 30 minutes, dude. We got 30 minutes. We need to come in hot.
All right.
So what
I'll
I read
do my
about...
best.
Remember the fungus that's in The Last of Us?
Yeah.
That's spreading through humans?
Yeah.
So in the beginning of Last of Us, there's this TV show. When it's back in like the 60s, it's in the TV series. And they talk about this fungus spreading in insects.
Yeah.
And then they say like it can't spread in humans.
But isn't that... So I read some... No, I didn't read. That's a lie. I think I heard something recently. Like there's actually bugs that are doing that now.
This is where I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
This is where I'm going. So in that interview in the TV show, they say like, yeah, it can spread through humans because it needs to be below 94 degrees or something like that in the human body for it to... So the fungus doesn't have to evolve. But if the earth heats up, the fungus have a reason to evolve. And if it has a reason to evolve, it can get into humans.
Okay, now wait, just back up for 1 second. Is this real, what you're talking about, or is this...
This is from the TV show.
TV
this
show,
is what they're talking, but it's probably
the lines are
real.
blurred, so I don't know what you're talking about.
It's probably real.
Okay, probably.
In my life, hey,
real.
bro sign is real. It's real as fuck. So this fungus in Scotland...
Where is our caretakers?
True.
One of our guys wrote down, I'm like, yeah, you're right, buddy. Where's that caretaker? They were off today.
Hey.
They let us out. Go ahead.
This podcast is no facts, all feel. That's what we go with. So I read this story that they found it in Scotland in spiders now. It's a rare fungus. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a rare fungus that they found in spiders that's acting exactly the same as the fungus in Last of Us.
In Scotland?
It takes over the body and it spreading its spores so the fungus can spread. And it makes the spider go on the leaves and die there and get into the leaves, so it's saving it from the rain, so it can spread its pores to other spiders.
In Scotland?
In Scotland.
You would think that'd be like Brazil or Colombia, like a kind of a heated tropical... Scotland?
This is
what
what
they got?
happened.
They got haggis and
this
sheep
is what happened.
and... What else
I
they got in
saw
Scotland?
another video on YouTube.
Craig Ferguson, Scotland.
Because when you search for something, it comes up in your search history, right? So I saw this other one, a dude in Peru looking at a tarantula. Tarantula. And that you can see exactly the same spores that's in the show growing out of the tarantula. And this dude is just hovering over it and looking at it.
Yeah.
A zombie fungus that inspired the hit video game and TV show The Last of Us has come to life and has claimed a victim in Peru. You might be safe if you're a human, but sadly, for one tarantula, wasn't safe from the cordyceps fungus.
Now, he was infected by this fungus, and it took over his nervous system and forced him to come to this location. And then as he died, the fungus sprouted out of his body, allowing the spores to spread to another unsuspecting tarantula.
For now, it's only tarantulas. It's somewhat fascinating, but it's kind of nightmare fuel. Chris Catola, that's the researcher you just saw. He found the dead and infected tarantula in the jungle in Peru. As horrifying as the imagery is, he says seeing the fungus in action was a rare treat. However, isn't that scene right there how the movie starts? The researcher's looking at the fungus and it jumps on him and gets him in the humans, and then it goes to everybody else?
I don't remember.
Well,
I do get out of there.
I've seen the spore thing before on like National Geographic. It's kind of nasty because they get to a certain growth or temperature and everything dries out, then they just break, poof, and then they just float away. And they put it on a time lapse. I think it was on top of an ant, and it went into its head, and he grew like this long spore.
Yeah.
And he was just sitting there, and then it was like, I think it was almost controlling him.
It is.
Like after, don't quote me on it, because this was in passing. I think I got the impression it kind of took over the ant, and then the ant was like on autopilot.
This is what they're doing. This is
then
what they're
when
doing
it
to
dried
spread.
out, it popped, and then it got into the air. It was kind of creepy, actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucking creepy.
It's so weird, but that that shit is out there and spreading in nature right now,
But that's the
scares
thing.
the shit out of me.
Yeah, but that's the thing also, too. You always hear people that if they get stuck somewhere, they're worried about the big stuff, like a bear, a lion, a snake going to bite them. It's like, dude, it's the viruses that are going to get you. You know, it's the mosquitoes. It's the small shit, drinking something in the water. Like, that's where you've got a higher percentage of dying, right?
Exactly.
But people never think that way. They think of all the big stuff.
But that, yeah. So that is out there right now, waiting to infect humans.
Waiting.
It's
Like
just
counting the
waiting.
days.
It's just waiting. But then again, I thought about this. We're in a kind of perfect situation if that shit went down. There's not a lot of people on this island. The problem is going to be food. But
What do you mean?
we have the oceans, that's right. We have the oceans. We can
Because
come
I
up
can't
here like
hunt.
north.
I can't hunt in the woods for shit. But you put me in the water, you're getting fed tonight.
Yeah.
But if we're in the woods, I'd be done. Like
We
that.
have like pigs, we have sheep,
Yeah.
we have goats, we have chicken on the island running around everywhere. We've got a lot of food and not a lot of zombies to kill if shit went down. So we're kind of isolated here, which is a good thing in a zombie apocalypse. I think we've never been this good off like we are right now,
I don't know.
were that to happen.
But if it did happen here,
Yeah, but it's not a lot of people.
don't
You
matter.
know what I mean? How many people are living on the island? Like today, when on the off season?
Probably 2,000.
Yeah, 2,000-3,000 maybe.
Yeah, 3,000 people that are fucking infected looking for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to do that to you, but it tips the scale. Oh, I'll even do better.
It's good. It's better.
200 people infected looking for you. 200.
Well, he's
50.
Yeah. No, you're right.
That's not good numbers.
When you're right, you're right. But it's better than in a city. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, for sure. But I think the percentage is low. But if it hit here, then you'd be in more shit because you're isolated. You're not like, it's a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Because, we're in a good spot. But if shit did go south here, we're trapped.
Yeah.
Opposed to if it happened in New York City, I'm just using that example, the population's higher, but there's a lot of veins
True.
leading out of the city. You know what I'm trying to say? There's a lot of more options, and you got to get on a boat and go. But then you're out in the middle of the ocean. What if the engine goes bad and you're just bobbing? It's not like you can drive to another state or go up. There's good and bad in both scenarios. Man.
And say that it spread here first. How long before they bombed this island? Like total. With
Why
or
would you want
without
to bomb
them?
Long Island?
Because it's a virus spreading here and there's zombies on the island.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
No, it's a good question.
Depends.
I think they nuked the shit out of it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they drop a nuke.
I think they'd keep it and use us as it's a controlled situation. They can come in and study us.
Oh.
So they'd be like, no, don't
Like
blow
Jurassic
it up.
Park?
It's isolated. We can go in.
Hey,
we can study them. We can get out of here.
That's
But then
it.
what will happen is, don't cut me off. What will happen is something will sneak up onto their boat or their plane, and then they take it back. See? And then it just unwinds. They don't learn.
That's exactly how I thought about Jurassic Park. As soon as you said that, I thought
about
about
it.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
It
they'd be
never
like-
ends well.
Yeah, never ends well.
Never ends well.
Never ends well. So what else deep thinking have you been doing?
That's my deep thinking. Thanks for listening to this podcast.
Yeah. And we're out. Good luck
Yeah.
with the zombie bugs.
No, that's
Yeah, but that was it was really creepy watching that video. I remember that because they time lapsed it, and it just took over the motor skills. And you saw its eyes turn like because ants have. You just saw like glade, like they just started changing color too. It was just wild. It was creepy. It was
Nature
very,
is
very creepy.
So weird.
Nature's
it's so-
savage, dude.